Alright. Hey guys, welcome back to Tell Me Why. It's the final episode. We're wrapping it up today. I know I said I wasn't going to be late today, but I am a liar who lies, so sorry about that. I really did try. I did a little something new with my keffiyeh. I'm kind of really vibing with this new style of styling my keffiyeh this way. Like, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to figure out how to do it because I have like really poofy curly hair. I wasn't sure if it would like fit over my hair, but having it wet really helps. Do you stream daily? No, I stream on Wednesdays and Fridays, but that might change depending on what I've got going on. When I go back to school, I might have to go back to just doing Fridays. Also, I'm currently trying to look for a job, so when I start working, we'll see how that goes in regards to my streaming schedule. Also, anyone entering the stream now, please pay attention to the pinned post that Steve has just helpfully pinned for me. I'm not in the market for hiring any artists for my streaming channel. Why can't I say words or anything like that? If you want to promote your stuff, you can't do it here. Sorry. I've had too many people doing that, and it gets really irritating because I think people are coming in because they want to watch me play these video games and discuss them and have fun and stuff, and it's just like, no, buy my shit, and it gets really annoying. So please don't do that. Just a little FYI. And let's just get into this. Put the overlay back up. Lord. Another headphone. There it is. There we go. Okay.
Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, crafty goblins faced the truth about the darkness in the big wooden house.
It had come for the wise princess, driving her mad and causing her to attack them.
Yeah, see, they say the darkness had come for the wise princess.
When they started asking questions about the princess in the darkness, the goblins realized that no one else in the forest wanted to know the truth.
Driving her mad and causing her to attack them.
So they dug and searched and asked hurtful questions, learning more about the wise princess than they had ever hoped to.
But the search took its toll. The darkness was proving too much for Sister Goblin, and yet Brother Goblin kept diving deeper and deeper until Sister Goblin finally said, enough.
And that was how the goblins found themselves separated again, hurt and confused, with so many unanswered questions and too many opened wounds.
Yeah, okay, so do you play on PC or console? I play on PC, but I play with an Xbox controller, so it's kind of like a mash of both. I guess, technically I am playing on PC. I kind of wish the entire game looked like this section, like Night in the Woods style animations. Yeah, that would have been cute. What I was going to say was, so they describe the darkness as driving her mad and causing her to attack them. So the darkness can't be madness or mental illness or mental distress or however you want to describe it, because the darkness drove the princess mad. And then they describe it as like the darkness was proving too much for Sister Goblin. I think the darkness is specifically like not just trauma, but the circumstances that produce said trauma, like the circumstances that cause and produce madness, i.e. like systemic capitalism, ableism, poverty, etc., like basically all the reasons that Marianne fell apart and eventually did what she did. So I think that's interesting. And we're going to get more into that later on. All the isms, yeah.
Alyson.
This dream sequence is so fucking good. If there's one thing about Don't Nod, is they really do come through with the fucked up dream sequences. So besides this game, what do you play the most? I play a bit of everything. I tend to favor like narrative, choice-based games like this one. I'm a huge fan of Life is Strange. Basically anything by Don't Nod or Deck 9. Stuff like that. I'm planning on playing Scarlet Hollow after this.
You killed me.
Yeah, that's really, really interesting, right? Like, you killed me, you killed your mother. You will end up like me. Parallels are paralleling.
Go forward and find a new place for herself in this world, where she was no longer
it depends,
truly
Unique
a princess
Angel.
in a tiara and a
I usually tend not to follow people I don't know unless they're like
in a deep and ancient
a celebrity or like a brand I'm interested in. But yeah, I'll check you out on break. Yeah, that's really significant. Like, her wearing the raincoat her mother was wearing that day.
You killed me.
You killed me!
Inheritance. That's also a really interesting chapter title. You'll see why later on. Okay, so let's discuss this. I was waiting for the thing to be done because I didn't want to interrupt like the flow or whatever. But that is incredibly significant for a number of reasons. First of all, because of hang on, let's pause. First of all, because of the comparisons between Alyson and Marianne regarding the whole like Madwoman thing. Like, I think it's pretty clear based on the themes, not just in the dream, but of like the way Alyson's been acting so far throughout this entire game, that she has a lot of complicated feelings and resentment towards her mother. A lot of that has to do with the fact that she was the one who killed her, who stabbed her, and also because I think she's afraid that she is too much like her. She's afraid of ending up like her. I think it's interesting that Alyson's always the one who seems to be harder on Marianne for the most part, as opposed to Tyler. I think a lot of that has to do with internalized misogyny, you know, like and it's funny, or not funny, but interesting, because I see this a lot in, like, a lot of mother-daughter relationships, like, they're always so deeply fucked up and, like, complicated because of, like, gender and stuff, but, like, we tend to, like, be very hard on our mothers, and, like, mothers tend to be very hard on their daughters. And it's fucked up and weird and interesting because, like, we're often very similar, but kind of can drive each other insane sometimes too, because we're so similar. And Alyson's clearly like dealing with these fears of her being mad, like quote unquote crazy, because of what she did, and also because of everything that she's like been going through, and she hasn't like tried to seek help or go to therapy or anything. Gameasssit talks about this a lot in their video essay on the game. Tell Me Why. The video essay is called Madwoman in the Attic. That's part of the reason why I titled the stream Madwoman in the Attic, but also it's a reference to what the video essay title is a reference to, the book Madwoman in the Attic, which discusses, I think, women writing and mental illness, or like themes of like female writers and madness, which I still need to read. Anyways, gets into like Alyson's like complex feelings surrounding her mother and herself, and how she feels like she's doomed to end up like her mother, essentially. Like, one of those flyers said, "You will end up like me," i.e. we can assume that means dead, alone, etc. So yeah, I think that's really significant. By the way, where are you from? I usually don't say exactly where I'm from, because internet safety. But I am from Turtle Island, essentially, so-called Canada. Oh shit, this is copyright music. Hang on. 1 second. So far I haven't gotten in trouble, but let's not tempt fate. Yeah, so far none of my VODs have been muted or anything, but like, I think that's because I usually like try and mute the music before it gets too far, you know? Well, the silence is awkward. I should have just talked during the silence instead of pausing the game. God damn it. Yeah, revealing exactly where you are isn't the wisest thing. I wish that wasn't true, but it is. Yeah, I know. Ugh, Eddie. Don't want to deal with him. Yeah, I think we're back in her room that we started in at the beginning of the game. Sound of silence. It's awkward because you just hear like the ticking clock. Now it's a good shot. Ten out of 10. I love how in the US, in small US towns, sheriffs wear rank insignia like that of a 4-star army general. Yeah, it's kind of almost like the police are very similar to the military in many ways. Okay, I'm gonna have to minimize this real quick so I can read this. Hang on. Morning. I started collecting the documents you need for your rental application. Left the file for you downstairs on the kitchen counter. If you're still coming to meet Dee for lunch, you can drop off the documents and I'll make some copies for you. Take it easy today, Uncle Eddie. P.S. My famous buckwheat waffles are slowly growing cold in the kitchen. Fine.
He's right. Time to get my shit together.
Well, you also just need to, like, ask for help, girl. Maybe go to therapy. Derby girly. I love that. Oh my god, I fucking love that poster. She desperately needs to start roller derby. I think she would love it.
How did we go from being so alike to total opposites?
I don't think you're
I gotta
total
think about something
opposites.
else. Wish I could just book a one-way ticket to the other side of the world. Never could bring myself to send these. Whenever I tried to tell him how much I missed him, it felt unfair.
Hi, Tyler. I know we haven't talked by phone in a while. I think that's mostly my fault, so I'm sorry. I've just been so wrapped up in my own problems. Sometimes I forget you aren't that far away. Senior year has been the worst ever. I dated this guy for a few months, Bobby, hopefully you don't remember him, only to realize he was a total jerk, couldn't give a shit about me. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out or why I let it take over my entire school year. I honestly feel so stupid. But I also feel stupid for feeling stupid. Anyways, I think what I'm trying to say is life sucks without you. I miss you. I miss your presence. I miss talking in our voice. Do you want to come to my graduation party next Friday? Nothing amazing. We'll just have dinner with Uncle Eddie and some neighbors. Tessa might swing by. I'd really love it if you were there. I realize now I could just call and invite you. I don't know why I'm writing a letter, but maybe with all the time apart, I've forgotten how to communicate with you. I'm sorry. I hope we can get back to where we were someday soon. Love, Alyson. And she didn't send these. So it's not entirely like Tyler didn't reach out. Just Tyler didn't reach out over the years. She also didn't either. I think we already saw this.
I gotta take care of that rental application.
Okay. Fine. Let's put the overlay back and turn the music back on. Hopefully the music's done now. It should be. It is not. God's sake.
Do my laundry. Ugh. Maybe later.
Okay, fine. God. Little shit. Twitch's copyright rules are so fucking annoying.
Good to know I look just as bad as I feel.
Girl.
There's not enough concealer in the world to erase the night I had.
God, that is a mood. Alright, let's go.
I miss the slopes. Eddie looks so young here. The days have gotten so short. It's gonna be a long winter.
I wonder when it is, like right now. I'm not exactly sure. Because I know it's winter, but that doesn't exactly narrow it down.
I should probably eat something. God, I feel so weak. So many months of snow boots ahead. He doesn't like this kind of attention, but he really does so much for the community.
Oh, Lord. Dear Chief Brown, thank you so much for bringing our children home safe last weekend. Without you, they might have gone behind the wheel, and who knows what could have happened to them or anyone else. We'll always be grateful for your wisdom. Thanks again for keeping this off the books. They are good kids who made a mistake, and Lord knows how a police record can compromise a child's future. Huh. Yeah. 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 Yeah, that's really true, isn't it, Eddie? God. Fucking shit. Anyways, if you haven't seen the previous 2 episodes and you don't get why I'm angry, the T is basically, he was the cop who arrested her brother when they were younger, when Alyson and Tyler were younger, for stabbing their mother in self-defense. But then it turns out that it was actually Alyson, but they told the cops it was Tyler because he wanted to take the fall for her. Anyways, it was the whole thing. But, like, she didn't die of the stab wound. It's also the other T. Like, she like their mother, she drowned when she fell in the water. So like, I don't even think he should have been charged with homicide, or I'm not entirely sure how that works, but it's just like, and he got like 10 years in juvie. Like that's fucking, or like not 10 years maybe, but like I think more like 8 years. But anyways, I just think it's funny how like that statement of like, they're good kids who made a mistake and Lord knows how a police record can compromise a child's future. Like, yeah, no shit. God. Anyways, we know they will remember your words for a long time, but please rest assured that we will do whatever we can to make sure they understand the extent of what could have occurred, so they can raise awareness amongst their peers in the community. God bless you, Gail and Toby Locklear. And Karen and Brody Moore. Uh-huh.
I need to get all that paperwork together. Maybe that'll help me focus and clear my head. I wish Eddie's mom could have taught me how to do this.
What is this? Oh, Michael's special creamy crab hot pot. Saute grated onion and garlic and melted butter over low to medium heat. Add celery and carrot and wait until they're soft. Add potatoes, vegetable broth, and seasoning to taste, celery, salt, black pepper, paprika, crushed red pepper flakes. Cover and simmer until potatoes are cooked. Add creamy corn and crab meat, fresh parsley, heat and simmer. Serve in hot bowls with wedges of lemon on the side. Enjoy. God, that sounds so good. It sounds so fucking good.
Maybe if I make something for Dee, it'll help calm me down. I should have let myself enjoy these trips more.
Oh, she went to Vancouver.
I can't really eat anything right now. Here's the file. Just need my ID and pay stubs. Okay.
We were family, Alyson. How could you do this to me?
Oh, Christ.
Fuck. I've got to think about something else.
She's having, like,
ID and pay stubs.
memories without Tyler. But they aren't memories. Or they don't seem like memories. They're like... Yeah, anyways.
Where did I stash my pay stubs? And where did my wallet end up last night?
We'll find those eventually, don't worry. Tenant info sheet. First name Alyson. She doesn't have a middle name. Last name Ronan. Date of birth March 7th, 1994. Social security number 574-13-9999. Home address 36 Bellows Square, Dallas Crossing, AK 77477. Telephone number 373-6845. Email ronan.alyson@gmail.com. I think that might be Don't Nod Mail. Gender F. Marital status single. It's weird that they ask for your marital status on a tenant form. Residency U.S. citizen, current employer, Becky General Store, Dallas Crossing. Alright. Oh, this is a letter of recommendation or an employment verification. Date October 1st, 2015. So it might be October, but they aren't mentioning Halloween, so it might be more like November or December. I don't know. In regard to her current rental application, I can confirm Mrs. Alyson Ronan has been employed at Veni Vidi Vici General Store since June of 2013 and is still currently working as an accounting assistant. This position entails data entry, processing, and record transactions, bookkeeping, preparing budgets and reports. Miss Ronan, why did I, struggle with that? Anyways, is working full-time in this role and earns a yearly salary of $24,000 plus bonuses. She has no disciplinary record. For any additional information, don't hesitate to contact me at vecky.tessa@gmail.com. Sincerely, Tessa Vecky, store owner. Okay.
I wish you could just change your mood as easily as a record.
Also her mood. Oh, she's not doing well, is she?
I so don't want to go back to the station. Not after yesterday.
I don't want you to go back to the station either.
Must be great to feel like you belong somewhere. Anywhere.
Yeah, I talked about this a bit last stream, but the juxtaposition of, like, these two things, like, you see it especially in these two pictures together, like, Eddie at the police station with the other cops, and then, is Eddie in this picture?
Must
I'm not
be great
positive.
to feel like you belong somewhere.
But a picture of,
Anywhere.
I'm assuming, Tlingit elders wearing, like, traditional regalia.
Eddie says there's a plant for every pain, except heartache.
She's going through it. Okay, we already looked at that. Like, it's just weird to see that juxtaposition. Like, it feels like a tonal inconsistency because of the violence that cops often inflict,
Eddie loved his
on
Mishka so
Indigenous
much.
people. Oh, Husky.
God, the world feels so fucking small right now. I've got to find a way to get out of my head. I haven't had any time to sketch lately.
Oh, she's an artist. She used to write when she was younger, too.
I don't feel like listening to anything right now.
Fine. I think that's Michael, yeah.
I wish I thought shooting some hoops would help me forget all this. I wonder what Michael would think about all this. Would he
Right.
even get it?
You should talk to him. Okay, here we go.
What if I just packed a bag and left? And never looked back? I wonder if I'll ever hear from Tina again. Ah, here's my ID.
This place was never much more than a bachelor pad, huh? There was so much I planned to do. All those sacrifices I made. And how do you repay me? Lying to my face?
Yeah, this isn't a memory because I don't think he actually said this to her.
My clan deserves better.
It's like her insecurities come to life,
Oh, stop it, Alyson. You have to stop torturing yourself.
which is fun.
Grab your pay stubs so you can get the hell out of here.
Let me move. Here we go. Running away from your problems. Running away from your problems. Oh yeah, we already looked at this. Sorry. Hang on. Okay. I think this is Eddie's room.
Eddie looked pretty concerned when I came home last night. I should have talked to him about what happened, but what the hell was I supposed to say? Still can't believe Eddie never told me he was paying for fireweed.
Yeah, and like a bunch of other stuff that he didn't tell you about.
I'm glad he never pushed me to change my last name.
That feels like kind of bare minimum, but in the Superior Court for the State of Alaska at Delos Crossing Family Court, in the matter of the protective proceeding of Alyson Ronan, minor, date of birth March 7th, 1994. I feel like I've read that 10,000 times. Case number 748, order appointing guardian of minor. A hearing in this matter was held on May 10th of 2005, before Judge Master J. Hernandez, present were minor. Minor's attorney, Gail Oliver. Petitioner, Mr. Edward Anthony Brown. Findings. The court finds that number 1, jurisdiction and venue. The court has jurisdiction over this matter and venue is proper in this court. AS 13-26-137. 2, native child. This minor is not a native child within the meaning of the ICWA 25 USC 1903. The minor's tribe or native village is... It cuts off there. Yeah, what that's a reference to is, I think, I don't remember if it's called the Indian Act in the US, or if that's just a Canadian thing. Hang on. A 4-star general will have hundreds of thousands of soldiers under the command. A town sheriff will have maybe a dozen deputies. Solutions of grandeur much. Well, they're both oppressive, violent institutions inflicting harm on marginalized, racialized people, just in different ways. So, who gives a shit? Anyways, so... Yeah, the Indian Act is Canadian. Legally distinguishes between First Nations and... Wait, I might be mixing my laws here. Oh, yeah, no, I'm fucking stupid. The Indian Act is about pertaining to, native or indigenous status, bans, and reserves. Throughout history has been highly invasive and paternalistic. Yeah, basically, it's the law that basically designates, or did once designate, I don't know if it's still a thing, it might still be a thing. I should know this. I'm pretty sure we learned this in school, but I can't fucking remember. Who is and isn't considered, First Nations, and, who has that status, who has to, who has to stay on a reserve, and, if you leave the reserve, you can lose your status and your protections or whatever, and the whole thing. Anyways. Prime Minister Trudeau in 1969 proposed to abolish the Indian Act, and rejected by Aboriginal peoples across Canada who felt that assimilating to the mainstream was not the means to achieve equality. Yeah, Bill C-31, gender discrimination, determining one's status. Yeah, it's very sexist because any First Nations woman who marries a non-First Nations man loses her status, but the same doesn't apply for men who apply who end up marrying a non-First Nations woman. Deeply misogynistic, blah blah blah. So it hasn't been abolished yet, as far as this is concerned. Yeah, I don't think it's been abolished yet. Okay, so I was wrong. It's not the Indian Act, but it's something else that basically says that if you have to, you have to try and get you have to try and place Indigenous foster kids with members of their tribe, and I think members of their tribe have to be present at the proceedings. I can't remember what that's called. Hang on. Yeah, okay, so I think this is American. Sorry, it's a little confusing, what Indigenous stuff is Canadian and what Indigenous stuff or Native stuff is American sometimes, because it's, a mess, because Turtle Island is, anyways, colonization, blah, 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 borders are stupid, yada, 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 but, the laws are significant because they have, material consequences, so we need to be specific about these things. Anyways, blah, 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 it's called Treaty 8, I think. No, this is Canadian, fucking, see, this is what I mean, anyways. So I don't know if there's a thing in the US or it's just Canadian, but Child Welfare Act. Yeah, no, okay, this is American, because I think it says, yeah. So where are we? 25 USC 1903. Child custody proceedings shall mean to include adoptive placement, both at the permanent placement of a native child for adoption, including any action resulting in final decree of adoption. Such term or terms shall not include a placement based upon an act which, if committed by an adult, would be deemed a crime, or upon a reward in a divorce proceeding of custody to one of the parents. What? Yeah, okay, so notice time, commencement of proceedings, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, the court has shall notify the parent or native custodian or the native child's tribe by registered mail. So, yeah, tribe needs to be aware of proceedings. Yeah. Tribe shall be present. A preference shall be given, in absence of good cause to the contrary, to a placement with a member of the child's extended family or other members of the native child's tribe or other native families. Yeah, there we go. We found it. Okay. Took a minute, but we found it. Basically, yeah, it's a law that basically says that, like, hey, like, you cannot keep giving native kids to white people. This is bad. Like, I was basically talking about this last stream. Like, don't get me wrong, they're still snatching them all the time. Like, it's still a problem. They still end up in the foster care system. But at least now the law is trying. At least it says it is. It's just, well, actually, if it actually works, that's a whole other kettle of fish. But, like, trying to put them with members of their same tribe, or at least with other native families, so they aren't completely divorced from their heritage and their culture. Yeah. So that's what that's about. So it's basically saying Alyson isn't native, so that whole shebang doesn't apply to her. America has all sorts of laws to oppress Indigenous people. It's hard to pick out just one. Yeah. Okay. Where are we? Notice of hearing. Notice the hearing was given required by AS 1326 147 and probate rule 15b, or notice has been waived. Parental rights. As required by AS 1326 132, the minor is not married. What? Why would the minor be married? I guess in some states you don't have to be 18 to be married, or like if you have like a parent's consent, you can be married. I don't really know how that works. And all parental rights of custody have been terminated or suspended by circumstances or prior court order as follows: deceased lone parent, father unknown, estranged family members. Yeah. Consideration of minor's preference. AS 1326 143. The minor is under age 14. Yeah, so I think that's like, if you are over the age of 14, you get to, in theory, I say in theory because you get to voice a preference for who you want to be placed with, if you have like a guardian who is able to take you. But if you're under the age of 14, they're basically just like, well, tough luck, you have no agency because you are a child, so your word means nothing. Anyways, it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. I already looked at that.
That was a good memory, even though Tyler couldn't come. Eddie must have been back and forth to Juneau all the time to these shows before he got stuck here taking care of me.
He signed up for it. It's not your fault. He's the one who decided he wanted to take care of you. See, this is another thing, like, some kids of adoptive parents have talked about this a bit, how, like, sometimes they'll feel, like, guilty because, or, like, they have to, like, be grateful for being, like, adopted and rescued or whatever the fuck, and, like, that's icky.
Don't think Eddie's worn this since that terrible blind date 2 years ago.
Alright.
Haven't heard him play in a while. It just sits there collecting dust.
I don't care about his feelings.
A secret keeper in her secret keep.
Nice. I wonder why Eddie had it.
Maybe there's something in the Book of Goblins that'll help me figure this out.
Once upon a time, in a deep, ancient forest, the crafty goblin spied on the secret keeper. She made her rounds, gathering up secrets that the animals of the forest had for sale. "How," said the first goblin, "does she get people's secrets? Do you suppose she peels open their heads?" "Let's find out," said the second, and so the goblins watched the secret keeper. They watched her until the stalwart moose came to her, head hanging low. "It was my fault. I chose the uneven trail. I can't bear to remember." The secret keeper nodded and gazed into Stalwart Moose's eyes. Although the goblins couldn't hear anything, they knew she was speaking to the moose, for the secret keeper spoke in people's minds with the gift of the voice. So, I wonder who wrote the story, if Marianne wrote the story or the twins wrote the story, because that means that Marianne knew about their voice. After a few minutes, the stalwart moose blinked. "I feel lighter," said Moose. "Did I just give you something?" The secret keeper nodded, handing him a coin. The stalwart moose nodded and plodded along down the trail. He spied the goblins hiding in the woods and narrowed his eyes, for he knew the goblins were often up to mischief. The two goblins whistled innocently, and the moose was forced to carry on because they were not doing anything obviously bad. That's interesting. Anyways. "I need to know what the secret was," said one of the goblins. "Let's go buy it." So the goblins approached the secret keeper before she could stow away Moose's secret. "We want to buy Moose's secret." "What do you have to trade?" said the secret keeper, her voice filling their minds. The goblins produced a silver-handled hairbrush they had stolen from the princess, and the secret keeper nodded, and that is how the goblins came to know that Moose's mate had tumbled down a cliffside to her death. So I wonder if that's true. I wonder if Eddie had a wife who died. The secret keeper moved on. The first of the goblins said, "I want to know more," so the goblins followed the secret keeper, hoping to find where she hid the secrets. They followed her to the peak of a nearby ridge and watched as she stowed the rest of the day's secrets high in a cloud. When she had gone, they climbed a high spruce tree that disappeared into the misty sky. They reached out and just managed to dip their hands into the clouds. Their heads were filled with memories, and they snatched their hands back out if they had just thrust them in boiling water. Tears poured down their cheeks. That was how the secret keeper found them, crying in the tree. "You stole my secrets," seethed the secret keeper. "Give them back." The crafty goblins stopped crying because they saw an opportunity. "What will you give us in exchange?" they said. "I will give you back the silver-handled hairbrush," offered the secret keeper. "For so many secrets? Psh! You'll have to offer more than that." "What if," said the secret keeper, "I shared the gift of the voice?" The crafty goblins grew excited. "That will do." So the secret keeper shared the gift of the voice with the goblins, and immediately they found that they could hear one another's thoughts and feel each other's feelings. The crafty goblins gave back the secrets they had taken and ran back to the big wooden house. There they found the princess preparing food. They tried to peer into her mind, but they found it was blank. That's interesting. They tried to speak to her using only their own minds, but she could not hear them. It seemed the secret keeper was craftier than the crafty goblins. For she had only shared enough of her power to let the goblins use the gift of the voice with each other, not with the whole of the forest. And that was how the goblins stole the gift of the voice from the secret keeper, but why they could only use it with each other. Interesting. So, I think you have to put a coin in there, if I remember correctly. Okay.
This is personal.
So I'm gonna read it. "My dearest son, I know I'm not getting better this time, so I wanted to write a few things down for you. I'm sorry to be leaving you so soon. I had you late in my life, but I still thought there would be more time. It makes me happy to know you will have the clan when I'm gone, and you will have your auntie to look after you. You have always seemed to know when it was time to leave. From the time you were a year old, you knew which shoes belonged on which feet, and you used to bring me mine whenever I was getting ready to go somewhere. I could never figure out how you knew I was ready to leave, but you'd be with my shoes every time. You never cried or made a fuss, just helped me on my way. I hope this leaving will be just as easy, and though I won't need you to fetch me my shoes, I know you'll help me on my way. Your strength has always been to accept what is, and to do what needs to be done." That's interesting. "I'm so proud of you for joining the police force." Jesus Christ. Okay. "People are going to look up to you as a leader now, and I know you won't let them down. Please help the young people remember our way of life." See, two very radically different statements put right beside each other. If you're wondering why that is, the reason why the young people may not know about their way of life is because like a lot of indigenous traditions and history has been lost due to colonization and time and generational trauma, and also residential schools. And it was basically cops who like enforced those laws, who like grabbed people and like took them to residential schools. Anyways, so that's a whole thing. We've thrived as a people since time before memory because of our cultural values. Don't let them lose that. Also remember how important it is to attend to everyone, not just the ones who fit in. Anyways, it is our way to lift each other up. Everyone has something to offer to the community. They may not even see it in themselves. So you've got to show them, help them along their path as you've always done. Remember, when you uplift others, it makes you stronger too. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that, Mom. Maybe I should look it up to see how it sounds. Hang on. It means be strong, hang in there, essentially. Alright. Well, that's a whole lot of...
All my recent pay
lot of
stubs
things.
should be in that folder in my room.
Stop sulking!
Jesus
Come on,
Christ.
Alyson. Don't start.
Oh boy.
I wanted to stop messing with those memories, but he wouldn't listen.
Brother, sister, we look out for each other. That's what you said. But you don't mean what you say, do you? They're just words. You left me, Alyson, all alone and scared.
What the hell is wrong with me?
Yeah, she's like straight up hallucinating at this point.
Not here. Here they are. Okay, I think I've got everything I need for the application. Now would be a good time to stop smoking and maybe do a detox or 12.
Yeah, well, I understand if it's not your first priority.
Where's that coming from? Where did I leave my phone last night?
My dove. Only thieves and monsters hide in the dark. Fly back to the light, Alyson.
What the? No. I cannot deal with you right now.
Me when trauma starts happening. Not now.
What's it doing here? Hey, Dee.
Finally. I was starting to get worried. Why didn't you pick up?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't have my phone on me.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure we were still on for lunch.
Yeah, of course. I'm getting ready right now.
That so? Because it kind of sounds like I woke you up.
That's just how I sound. Anyways, I still have a few things to do before I can leave, but I'll be there.
All right, hun. See you soon.
Get it together, Alyson. Come on. Grab the file, get dressed, and head out. Or it'd be nice to make a gift for Dee.
Yeah, let's do that.
I've got enough time to carve something for Dee.
Hang on, I forgot to put the overlay back again. Sorry. Oh, it's like a little wolf. That's so cute. Yeah, she's really talented. That's cool.
I've been pretty grinchy about Christmas since I came here. Eddie tries so hard.
Don't feel bad. You shouldn't feel obligated to like be happy and like perform holiday cheer or be grateful or whatever. Like, that's bullshit.
You should have taken care of yourself first, Marianne. We deserved that. I don't remember any of this. Eddie can't cope with getting rid of any of Carol's stuff.
Something about this kind of reminds me of Life is Strange 2. Like the garage, Esteban's garage. I don't know, because the vibes are similar. Fishing permanent. I'm not reading all that. Yeah, permanent for Eddie. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Salmon. I don't care. Okay.
Eddie's been too busy to fish lately. I know he's missing it.
Reminds me of not a quote from the Gameasssit playthrough, which no longer is up on their channel, by the way. I know they've been transferring a lot of their stuff over to the Gameasssit Plays channel, but a lot of the old playthroughs are gone, which kind of makes me sad, including the Tell Me Why one. I think it was Errol who said, oh, in this particular part, "Oh no, the cop is sad." Just... it like pops into my head every time I play this section.
Tyler and I should bike around the lake when we've patched things up.
Yeah, and like the way the bikes are like hung there too. It looks exactly like Esteban's garage. Also, oh no, it's the sexy priest. 10 out of 10
Morning.
playthrough.
Hey, Allie.
Hey. Hi, guys. What are you doing here?
I brought you stuff from the office. You're a good worker. I think Tessa will come around when she's had a chance to clear her head.
She fired her
That's nice,
over what happened
Thanks.
at the cemetery. That
gonna
is
head on
illegal.
inside.
You are
Freezing
not
my
allowed to
butt
fire
off out
someone
here.
over a
Okay.
personal
Thanks.
dispute. I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Is Tyler not around today?
No, he's, busy. Out at the old house.
I see. It must be hard to sell the place you grew up in. So many memories, right?
Oh, it's okay. We'll get over it.
I really hope so. So, Tessa told me a little bit about what happened at the cemetery.
If you're going to lecture me, save it. She had it coming. She went behind Marianne's back. And almost got us killed.
What she did had terrible consequences. But I promise you, she was trying to help. Besides,
Tom.
You two didn't say anything she wasn't already thinking. She spent years blaming herself.
Well,
I
she
don't
wasn't
care.
the only one involved.
Like,
there was a lot of blame to go around.
that's also true.
I'm glad you're able to see that. It seems like your brother, well, he's not nearly so forgiving, is he?
She straight up told him that he was
has been pretty harsh.
confused.
Especially on Eddie.
Oh my god.
We both got tired of people lying to us for our own good.
Yes, of course. Totally reasonable. Though, I am sorry you're the one taking all the repercussions.
That's not necessarily true.
I heard about the fight with your uncle. I really hope your brother appreciates your sacrifice.
Yeah, this continual
I
framing
mean,
of Tyler as a
he does.
problem and like a troublemaker by the people of Delos Crossing.
I'm sorry, but I'm pretty beat.
It's giving transphobia.
Oh, of course. I'll let you rest. Tell Michael there's no need to hurry back.
Okay. Thanks for stopping by, Tom.
Bye now. Take care.
And then there's also Alyson, who like is
Sorry for
arguably
abandoning
too
you
much
out
of
there.
a people pleaser.
Pro
People
tip:
pleaser.
avoid catching a ride with Tom at all cost.
Did he talk about the new spicy chocolate bars?
Yep. And exactly what they do to his digestion.
Well, he said you don't have to rush back to the store.
Good. Because I did not plan to. Tessa's been venting nonstop about your fight. Seriously bad vibes over there right now.
I know the feeling. Help yourself to some waffles if you want. That's Eddie's way of saying, I'm worried about you.
Oh, that's cute. But I had a ridiculously huge breakfast, so I'm good.
I don't know about you, but I just really need to get out of Delos Crossing.
Well, we're on our way soon, right?
Right. I don't know. I've just got this feeling it's gonna fall through and I'm gonna be stuck here forever.
That's not happening. We've got a plan.
Yeah, she's afraid of getting stuck here like her mother. And ending up alone.
Hey, you been carving wood again?
What? Oh, this. Yeah, I've been working on a gift for Dee.
That's dope. Why do you get to be so crafty?
I mean, I'm not that crafty. Marianne taught me most of it.
Well, I'm impressed. These hands are good for nothing but cooking.
It's a good skill to have still.
I'm glad you're here, Michael. Thanks for coming.
Of course. When I heard what happened, I knew the bitch's grotto had to go mobile.
Guess I've got plenty of time to binge the last season of Witches of Eldom now that I'm fun-employed.
Wait till you see how they did Mabel. You're gonna rage quit just like I did.
I don't know. I've got a lot of free time ahead of me.
Alyson, what's going on?
Tyler and I had a fight last night. I was so excited to have him back, but what if 10 years was too much and we're too different?
I don't think so. You just need to get to know each other again. Start with the small shit.
Yeah.
Figure out what each other's favorite foods are, you know? And then build up to the big stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The last few days have been a lot. And it's totally okay to be overwhelmed. You're gonna figure it all out. Families are fucked up. They're basically fuck-up factories.
I love
You're
Michael more than words.
just need to.
Oh, he's so good.
So, maybe this will cheer you up. I think I found the perfect place. Check it out. It's pretty cool, right? Deposit's a bit high, but it's got 2 large bedrooms and a view of the channel.
Honey, you're really going to give up our home to live in this ugly box?
Oh, God.
Alyson, look at me. You okay?
I'm just... I need to... I just need to sit down.
It's okay. I got you. What's going on?
Tell Michael about the memories, 100%.
God, everything? My anxiety's through the roof. I can't eat anything without getting sick, and then I've been seeing things. Memories. Of Marianne, and me, and Tyler when we were kids, and Eddie, and... It used to just be stuff I'm pretty sure really happened, but... Now I see them everywhere. Shouting every shitty thought I've ever had about myself. I don't know how much more of it I can take.
That's intense. I'm sorry, has... anything like this happened to you before?
Right after Marianne died, I had a lot of panic attacks, but nothing exactly like this.
He's so chill about this, for real. Like, I love him for that.
Come here, Allie.
Like, there aren't a lot of people who would be extremely chill in response to, like, hearing you say, I've been seeing things that, like, aren't actually there. Like, I've been hallucinating, basically.
He must think I'm completely nuts.
No. I think you went through some really bad shit. You never saw anyone about it, right?
Yeah, I've looked into therapists a few times, but they're all so far away and so expensive.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I went through in 2011. I don't know if I'd still be here if I hadn't gotten help. You got that money coming in from the house.
For our apartment in Juneau. I don't want to bail on you.
Look, I know you hate letting people down, but you gotta put your own oxygen mask on first. I get that. And so does Tyler.
I forgot to put the music back on. I was like, there's supposed to be music in this scene. Whoops. My bad.
Thanks. I'll try.
Because I can play the OST, I just can't play
I really
copyright
need to work
music.
on the house today, but Tyler's crashing out there. Not sure if I'm ready to face him.
If you want, I could go out there, see how he's feeling, and if he's ready to talk. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe that could work. I hope he'll talk to you, though. He's never been the best at opening up to new people. You sure?
Yeah, of course. I don't mind trying if it might patch things up between you two.
Oh shit, I'm gonna be late for my lunch with Dee. I still need to change and stuff, but I can drop you off at the store if you want.
Sure, thanks.
No, Michael, thank you for listening. I mean it.